I'm Rich Checkan, president of Asset Strategies International, and I'm going to be joining Joel Nagel, Mike Cobb, and a jam-packed lineup of speakers in Las Vegas this November for President's Week. And what I'm going to talk about specifically is the precious metals market and the one question that's on everyone's mind. When will gold and silver start moving up in response to inflation and everything else going on in this world and in the economy? And I'm going to give you the answer. I'm going to give you something to watch for to indicate where the price of gold is going in the future. You need to join me in November in Las Vegas. It will be worth the trip. For those of you who aren't familiar with Asset Strategies International, even though we've worked with Joel and Mike probably for 2.5 decades at this point. We are full service, tangible asset dealers. We broker precious metals, we buy and sell rare coins, ancient coins, world coins. But the philosophy that kind of underpins our organization and what we do for people is we absolutely consider ourselves to be asset protection specialists. And we don't set up any corporations in the Caribbean or anything like that. For us, asset protection comes from our concept of the three-legged stool. Have you ever tried sitting on a one or two-legged stool? Of course not. It doesn't work. 3 legs, bare minimum. And those 3 legs to our asset protection stool are not having all of your assets in any one country, in any one currency, or in any one asset class or investment. And by diversifying and protecting yourself, if you will, from jurisdictional risk, from currency risk, and from investment risk, you get true asset protection in your portfolio. Folks, it's not a zero-sum game. You need a little bit of everything in order to adequately protect what you have worked so hard to earn. One of the things you're likely to find if you join us this November for President's Week in Las Vegas is a smaller conference than you might have experienced in the past if you've gone to other investment conferences. It's not tiny, but it is intimate. And that's important. I can tell you that I have developed stronger relationships in small, intimate conferences than I ever could possibly develop in a large scale conference. You have the time to visit with all the different experts, all the different speakers. You have the time to pick their brains, share your goals and objectives, and get honest assessments and solutions to the problems you may be facing in your individual portfolio. And just as an added side benefit, we make incredible friends along the way too. I got to tell you, last year's experience was par excellence. I got to establish wonderful, meaningful relationships with everybody that attended, both the speakers and the attendees, and we each learned from each other. For those of you that are considering joining us this November for President's Week, I highly encourage you to do so for a number of reasons. The speaker lineup is jam-packed and it covers all aspects of investing, asset protection. We're going to look at precious metals, Bitcoin, equities investments, asset management, protecting with trusts and offshore residence, and you name it. Everything is on the table, and the people that are assembled to cover these topics are at the top of their industries, the top of their professions. I know, I was there last year. I've known the people on these panels for decades, and you are in for the very best information about all things that matter to you and your money.